Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you. Flip Orley, one of the funniest human beings on earth, and one that you shouldn't necessarily stare at a great deal because he's a comic hypnotist. He's going to be on in just a few minutes. So what do you think of this as far as body language? And I know, Renate Mousseux, you will tell me the truth because we invite you on here regularly as the body language specialist. So if the host of the show is sitting here like this, does this appear to be interested?
Yeah, definitely. You're leaning forward to me and you're definitely having eye contact and your arms are open. Yes, you are interested.
Where did you learn this?
Well, I did extensive research and I'm just interested in body language and face reading.
You said you were interested in something else too. You wanted to start our interview segment with something.
Yes, I like to say to read a still picture like we are doing now is more difficult than having the whole person, because body language entails naturally the speaking segment, the person, the way it moves, the way it leans forwards, backwards, not just the face. So we are missing naturally arm movements, leg movements,
sure,
sitting, etc. So I want to point that out.
Well, no, thank you very much. And as a professional, you've got to acknowledge the fact that this is not the perfect situation. This situation, of course, we invited Renate in, as we always do every time we want to find out what the interpretation is of body language, pictures, posture, from any news story. And in this case, it's Mr. James Holmes, who was the shooter in Aurora, Colorado. And this is our first picture. Renate, courtroom picture, or perhaps probably more likely a mug shot. Mm-hmm. What do you see?
Well, I see his eyes wide open, but they are open on purpose. It is not a surprised look. Reason being, research has proven that if you have an emotion in a face, it is between 5 and 10 seconds, no longer now. He keeps that pose quite a bit longer. Number two, if you open your eyes, normally you don't have a wrinkled forehead.
And this is in the courtroom.
And this is in the courtroom. The left one, he looks very disturbed, like, oh, I'm caught, what now? He has pouty lips. His space between the nose and the lips is very short. That means he takes critique very personal. On the right-hand side, he looks down, reflecting. He has a frown between his eyebrows. By the way, his eyebrows start very thick in the beginning, go thinner towards the end. That means he is a starter, a self-starter, a thinker, but he doesn't finish his tasks. They thin out after the middle. So he starts but doesn't finish. On the right-hand side, he looks half comatose, but again, look at the wrinkles on his forehead. That's just not the true thing you do when you have your eyes closed. You don't have wrinkles. So again, I feel it's something you put on. On the left, he looks to the lawyer, I believe, and the papers which were presented. So he's not totally comatose. He sees everything right there.
He's sitting in the courtroom, yeah. And we should tell everybody, if you haven't seen these pictures, that he's sitting at a desk in the courtroom with his attorney, right. His defense attorney, and they have a number of documents, of course, in front of them, and there is, oh, give me both of them, Renate. Now he has that, I'm going to doze off look, but she has an expression that's very different.
Exactly. Well, he's leaning towards her like almost for support, or like a child when he has done something and he wants support. And she has that motherly look on herself, like, oh, I have to deal with this, but I will. She looks down. She doesn't have really an open look. She doesn't look very involved right now, but she looks like, I will deal with this.
And these, I think, are pretty much the same as we had in the courtroom. Craig, oh, no, this is good. Okay, this is good. What you see, now to me as a non-professional, that looks like fear to me.
Yes, you're right. Between fear and surprise. And the surprise would be the way open eyes. But again, look at the wrinkles at his forehead. If you open your eyes, you do not have wrinkles. Try it on your own.
Are these the kind of pictures, the kinds of expressions that you would normally see in a capital crime case like this, even though it's just investigatory at the beginning of the proceedings? Are these the kinds of expressions you would normally see in a courtroom?
Not really, Pete. People are either aggressive looking or they have an astonished look, either one.
Compare with me, if you will, and I'm asking you to do this now from memory, the internationally distributed picture of Jared Loughner, that half-smile smirk of Jared Loughner, the shooter in Tucson, and the picture that you saw originally. Could we see that again, Craig? That same original. This is the first shot we ever saw of Jim Holmes.
Yeah.
And I immediately said, my God, that looks like the shot that we saw of Jared Loughner.
Yeah. Smug smile, open eyes set wide apart. That means he sets precedents. He says, show me the whole picture. Very friendly face, actually.
Is it maniacal?
Superior and looking down on people a little bit.
I know that you're not in the field of psychology specifically, but you are because of simply what you do as a specialty. Are those kinds of expressions, Holmes and Loughner, do those suggest to you a mental impairment?
Not necessarily. I think it's a put on.
Oh. See, there are those people who said his actions in the courtroom that they said, look out, I think he's faking it.
I believe so. And what I see proves it. He's a highly intelligent young man, and I think he knows how to maybe get some leniency with insanity or something like that.
I don't know how much more of a symbol of insanity that you can possibly have than shooting a theater filled with people and killing 12 of them.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to really put you on the spot because we've only got 45 seconds left, okay? Renate, here you are. That's your nervous laugh. See,
right.
I can interpret that. Oh, he's going to do it to me again.
Yeah.
No. Without any sense of political preference, can you tell us what to look for when we see pictures of the president and pictures of Mitt Romney?
Oh boy, you do put me on the spot.
But just tell us what to look for.
I think I mentioned once, he always has that, I'm talking about Romney, he looks to the very left very often, like recalling something from the past. The president looks from left to right and hardly ever straight into the audience. The president comes across to me as quite straightforward, speaking from the heart. President Romney,
Not yet president. Candidate Romney.
Candidate Romney, in my opinion, has some learned speech.
Okay, I'll ask you about Sarkozy the next time, who used to be the president of France.
All righty, let's do
Renate
that.
Mousseux,
Let's do
who's
that,
the body
yes.
language specialist.
Yes.
Mitt Romney looking to the left, huh? Well, probably because there's so much room over there. This is Pat McMahon. This is the Morning Scramble. Look out. If your eyes are getting heavy, because Flip Orley's on the way.